Hi friends, welcome to yet another edition of QuickTip videos brought to you by dataplatformcentral.com. In this edition, we are going to see the basics of join statements and subqueries using SQL API in Cosmos DB. Previously, we had done a video on the introduction of SQL API inside Cosmos DB. Now we are going one step ahead, and in this edition we will see how we can use the concept of joins and subqueries inside Cosmos DB document using SQL API.
For the sake of this demo, let's take the example of two symbol items within families collection, which consist of nested complex nodes within it. As you see in the screenshot, the node consists of the name of a family, the last name, and then there are a couple of complex nodes within it which contains the details of parents and children. And parents node consists of attribute called first name, and the children has multiple attributes like first name, gender, grade, pets, etc. This is an example of a nested JSON document. So join syntax can be used in such cases so as to parse these nested documents which is appearing within your main JSON document and get the elements from within the nested nodes. And when you apply join syntax on top of such nested documents, you will end up getting the data in a flattened way which can be very easily utilized inside a relational database to be stored inside a table or maybe inside any other front-end tool which is capable of consuming a flat database model. So let's go ahead and apply a very straightforward join syntax on top of that nested JSON document so as to iterate through each of its parent nodes and retrieve the first name and the given name from within those parent nodes. The query will look like what is shown on the screen. Basically, select the required fields from families, join P in f.parents. So P is kind of an iterative object which consists of the parents collection within the main document families. So let's go ahead and execute this query and see what result it provides us. When you execute this, you can see that the result will contain the ID of the family, and also it will return the parent first name and the given name depending on what is present. So if you see for the Anderson family, there were two parents inside the main document and each of them had only a first name. If you refer to the items collection, you can see that for the Anderson family there were two parents, Thomas and Mary Kay, and they had only an attribute called first name set for them. So the result also will contain the ID of the family, which is the Anderson family, and each of the parents name which is taken from the first name attribute. So that will be Thomas and Mary Kay. Now when you come to the second document, which is the Wakefield family, there the parents doesn't contain the first name attribute. Instead, the parents consist of family name and the given name attributes. And we have specified in our select statement the given name element within the parents node. So what we will get for those two parents are the ID of the family, which is the Wakefield family, and also the given name of those parents, which are Robin and Ben. So as explained earlier, this join syntax is able to iterate through each of the nodes within the parent elements and get you the required attribute that you have specified in your select statement. So it was either the first name or a given name depending on what is present. If both are present, both will be retrieved. But in this case, for one of the family, only a first name is present, whereas for the other family, only the given name is given. So this is how a join syntax works in the case of Cosmos DB SQL API.
Moving ahead, let's look at another query with multiple join statements involved. In this case, we make use of two separate joins for joining onto the parents as well as the children's node elements within family. So for each row within the family document, it iterates the parents nodes in one of the join and the children based nodes on the other join, and it tries to extract the details of the first name as and the given name attributes from within these complex nodes. Now if you compare the result, you can see that it actually undergoes kind of Cartesian product between these two join results. So what happens is that for each instance of parent which is present inside the family's document, it repeats the parent information for each of the children that is returned by the children node. So analyzing the output, you can see that for the first family, Anderson family, you can see the entries for the parents Thomas and Mary Kay, and it is returned for each child available inside that, which is Henry Thaulo. Since there is only one child in this case, it doesn't undergo multiple rows. Whereas in the case of the second example, if you see for Wakefield family, you can see the same parent Robin being repeated for each of the children which is present inside. That is for Jesse and Lisa. Similarly, for the other parent Ben also, you can see the same entry being repeated for Jesse and Lisa. So as specified, when you use multiple joins, what happens is that for the result of the previous join, it will get iterated for each entry within the next join. So the result is kind of a Cartesian product of a number of entries between each of those complex node elements.
Now let's look at a next level query statement with 3 joins. In this query, we start from the family's document, join to iterate through each of the parent's complex nodes to get the parent name information, and parallelly we add one more join to iterate through each of the children nodes so as to get their names. And there is also a nested join based on the number of pet entries within the children so as to iterate through their names. Now when you execute such a query, you can see that as per our explanation before, it undergoes kind of cross join between each of the 3 sets of node elements. That means it will iterate for every parent, and within that it will iterate for every children, and within that it will iterate for every pets that's in family's document. So what you would get would be every combination of parent, children and pet values which is present inside the family's document. We can quickly go and check the results, and we can see that for the Anderson family, we have the parents Thomas and Mary Kay being available, and they would be repeated for the only child which is Henry Thaulo, and because Henry Thaulo only owns a single pet, we will have a single entry for Fluffy. So you will get totally 2 nodes being repeated for Anderson family, one for Thomas and another one for Mary Kay, and the child information will be Henry Thaulo for both of them, and with the pet as Fluffy, because the number of pets was 1 and the number of child was 1. But in the case of Wakefield family, you can see the information for Robin being repeated for Jesse, and for the same child itself you will get 2 entries because Jesse owns Goofy and Shadow. Similarly, for the other parent Ben, again there will be 2 entries for Jesse because Jesse owns Goofy and Shadow. So in effect what you get is like a Cartesian product between all the 3 sets of node elements. Now let's look at how subquery can be used inside a Cosmos DB SQL query so as to get data in a flattened form. Again, going to the earlier example which consists of family documents and having nodes for parents, children and pets nested inside them, we are going to use the principle of subqueries for getting the details of children along with their pets in a flattened format. So if you see the query, we can write a query like select f.id f.parents. The parents is also a complicated type which consists of multiple parent nodes along with their first names or the given names. And now we are adding a subquery to it which is going to return us the flattened data of children along with their pets. So for that purpose, if you see the query that is used inside, we are basically trying to select children.first name, children.given name and pets.given name from children
and joining onto c.pets. So it's going to iterate for each of the children nodes and go inside the pet nodes inside them for retrieving the names of the pets. And for linking this inner query to the external query, which is the families document, we are using f.children. So if you see the from part, it consists of from c in f.children, which causes this internal query to be executed for each document within families. So for each of the family documents inside families, the inner query gets executed. It will retrieve you the list of each of the children, and for each of the children it will again iterate through each of their pets and bring the details of their first name or the given name depending on which is available, and also the pet name. So together, if you see the result, you can see a result as shown below, which consists of the ID of the family. So in this case, Anderson family. Then you have the parents node coming with all the parent details, and then the child row node, which is actually named as children in this case, consisting of the first name or the given name of the children. Only one of them will be there. So in this case, we have the first name for Henrik Thaulo, and then we have the pet name that is associated to Henrik, which is Fluffy. Now when you come to the second family, which is a Wakefield family, you will again have two parents there. It's Robin and Ben. You can see their details as a complex node. And then we have the new children node that we are creating using the subquery, which will contain the names of each of the children. That is, in this case, there will be only a single children called Jesse. And because Jesse has two pets, it will be coming twice. Once along with Goofy and another one along with Shadow. So in this case, we are actually flattening out the nested pet details within the children and bringing them as flat nodes. So each node consisting of the value pair of the children name along with the pets that they rear. The usage of the array function in this scenario is to bring the list of nodes that is returned by the inner query as an array and to attach it with each row of the external query. So this query should give you an idea of how subqueries are used inside Cosmos DB SQL API so as to get related nodes as an array and return it with each row of the external query. Hopefully this session was informative enough for you to get a basic understanding of how the joins and the subqueries work inside Cosmos DB SQL API. As always, do let me know your feedback. And for getting such informational videos in future, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for your time and have a nice day. Bye.